what up, everybody? It's your boy Darnell.
It's your boy Osiris.
And I want to welcome you to another episode here on Real Talk with two men just keeping it real, man. Today, I am super excited because this is the final episode of Season 2. We're going into Season 3. And from now on, all of our episodes will be on video so you can see our faces, so you can see our reactions, and so you can just see everything that's going on live. So we appreciate you. I want y'all to get ready for 2024. It is going to be amazing, man. But until then, let's just get through this show. Osiris, what's going on with you, man?
Man, I had some good old Christmas.
Oh man,
You
good
know what I'm
holiday
saying?
season.
Oh, it was good. It was good.
How was it?
It was peaceful, you know.
What?
Oh yeah.
What'd you do?
Well, I cooked, and kids came through.
Mm-hmm.
We sat down, and then we were done by 6.
Really?
Oh man, house clean and everything.
Was everybody gone or?
Well, actually, most of everybody was gone by 7.
Okay.
And then everybody went to the children went to their other friends and families' houses. I was just chilling.
You and a dog?
Me and the dog. Can't stand that dog.
Man, mine was good, man. It was actually my daughter's first Christmas.
That's right.
Three
It's
months.
her first Christmas.
Yeah, so she was blessed with some stuff, man. But she slept majority of the time.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Like, so.
She's relaxing.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. So, but today, Osiris is coming with the topic. You know what I mean? Because he's been sending me some things or whatever, but he's coming with the topic. So, man, what's going on, Osiris?
Well, actually, a friend of mine brought this topic to my attention.
Okay.
And the topic was presented as, what would it feel like to other men if a man who doesn't work, not because they're disabled, not because they couldn't get a job, there's no other reason, but just chose not to work. They're capable of going to work, capable of doing a 9 to 5, they're capable of doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
But they chose not to go to work. And so, but the spouse basically said, don't worry about it, I'll pay for all the bills.
So he's living off of the girl.
He's living off the girl. All he does is go to the gym and come home. Now he don't cook dinner. She cooks.
So does he make an effort?
No.
He just lives off her.
Lives off her because she said so.
Lord help me with this. She pays all the bills.
Yep.
And he just goes to the gym, work out, and come home.
Uh-huh.
I'm honestly, man, I'm not comfortable living off of a woman.
No.
Even though I'm married,
right,
I'm not comfortable living off a woman. I always have to have some kind of money in my pocket.
Some type of contribution to the household.
Right.
Because, I mean, men and women are born different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And men are born to be providers, women are born to be nurturers. Not that means a woman can't be a provider and a man can't be a nurturer. But the way we're built, we can't reproduce children. Women can. Mm-hmm. You give a woman a house, she turns it into a home. Mm-hmm. You give her a seed, she creates babies. So therefore, she's the multiplier. Mm-hmm. So she can't be the multiplier if she's out being the product.
The provider?
The provider, the product, because she's the product of making things multiply. Mm-hmm. She can't be both. She only can be one of that equation. Mm-hmm. Okay? So if he's sitting at home and he's capable, I wouldn't even consider him a man. That's a male. M-A-L-E. That's not a man, he's a male. Because right now, all he's doing is living off of whatever she was doing. Now, I don't know their relationship, I don't know their circumstances. But if I see a dude that's capable of doing something, because he's capable of working, he can go to the gym and work out. Mm-hmm. So it's not like
who's paying for the membership?
She's paying for everything.
She's paying for everything.
Anything he wants, she's paying for.
But she's okay with it.
She's okay with it.
Lord,
but
Lord
see,
help me, Jesus,
now, like I go back to that one conversation that we were talking about a few episodes where the millionaire was talking to the other guy, mm-hmm. and he was like, the woman might lose respect for him. I found that a lot of women responded to that. They was not happy because you're doing all this. I'm going to work. I'm coming home. I'm doing the cleaning. I'm cooking, mm-hmm. and all you're doing is just sitting.
That's true. But here's the thing: if this, Lord, please help me with my words, guide me through this in Jesus' name. If she's allowing it, if she's not stepping up and saying, you got to do this and you got to do that, if she is allowing it and making it okay for this man to just live off her paychecks,
yeah,
then I mean, I see a problem, but in their household, they're okay.
I couldn't do it.
I can't do it.
No, I couldn't. It doesn't matter. I don't mean like she still can make more than he does.
Mm-hmm.
He just got to bring something to the table. Now, that doesn't mean that if he could be the provider by taking care of the house while she's working, that means doing everything that she normally would do. If y'all gonna switch roles, if she's gonna be the one making all the money, she ain't gotta go to work. But then you gotta make sure the house is taken care of. Make sure the food is done. Make sure everything inside the house. Now you become the multiplier. That means if she's gonna provide, you gotta multiply what she's bringing back to you.
Yeah, I mean, him not making an effort around the household, man. To me, it's just he's become comfortable. But again, she has allowed him to become comfortable.
Exactly. That's why I go back to where we were saying we don't know what their relationship is all about.
Nah.
But just the fact of hearing the surface, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I can't do that. Only because it's like I can't live off people.
No, can't.
Now look, like when my son was born, and me and my wife both made a decision of, okay, you'll go to church. I mean, you'll go back to work, and you know what I'm saying, I'll watch our son at home or whatever. I was providing help.
Right. That was because you guys made an agreement. You knew that you was gonna take care. So that means you're doing something.
Right.
There's no kids they gotta take care of. He has kids from another woman, and they go back to their mom. So he's basically just hanging out.
So here's my question, and Lord, make this show make sense, guys. And here's my thing: if he was he doing the same thing in the other relationships?
No, he had a job.
So he had a job in the other relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to talk to this woman then to kind of get the clarification from her as to why she felt like it was okay. Was he tired? Was he wore out? Does he do like? Yeah, I just have to.
He goes to the gym and work out.
I know, but
they go tired and wore out.
With me, I would look behind the whole thing. Like I would look past the circumstance. Like, okay, well, why is it okay for you? I'm not here to judge you. I'm just more or less trying to get clarification as to why this is okay to you. Because again, that's their household.
That's true.
And everybody would have something to say, but again, that's their household. You know what I mean? And
that is true. And I get what you're saying on that. On the surface, though, what I just don't see how someone could take advantage of someone like that. Like, to me, it's like taking advantage of.
But if she you said she made a statement.
If she made the statement saying
you don't have
to work, that's fine. But that statement doesn't mean I gotta follow it.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, great, I'm glad. So that makes me feel that if I don't have a job today, but I'm going out looking for a job, I don't need to worry about bills. To me, that's what it's saying. I don't need to worry about bills, but I need to still provide something to help with the household. Because at this point, we are working together. Right now, we're not working together. She's working, and he's just basically a roommate.
So is this like a for real story, though?
It's a for real story.
Like, this is legit.
Legit.
Two real people.
And ain't nobody in this room, but it's real people.
I don't know, man. Like, I guess with me personally, I'm not comfortable with it. Like, I'm not comfortable because there's stuff that I want and there's stuff that I need.
Right.
And it's like, I got to go ask my wife, well, hey, can I have this? And she'll be like, no.
That's because that's a joint account and she's in charge of the finances. That's different.
But
you work and you put money into this account and you guys sharing, you work and put money in. That's different. That scenario doesn't work in this. He goes and asks her, can he go buy something? It's her money, not his.
But she's buying it freely.
She's buying it freely. I couldn't do it.
I don't know.
To me, that sounds like he just need a mama.
I don't know. I don't know, because then you said he was working.
Right, but then they separated from that one, found another one, and this one said, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about working.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's hard to fathom.
Some women will be like, oh, this and that and that, and then, but again, I don't know, because again, I'm not comfortable with it.
You and me both are not comfortable with it.
I'm not.
I work 3 jobs, not sleep.
Only because I know what I'm capable of, and I know like I have a calling on my life, and I know this and that and other. I know that I have to get up and go do something if I want to succeed in life,
Right.
and I can't do that based off somebody else's pocket.
And I can understand if he was trying to start a business.
Right.
I got you, man. You go ahead. I go to work. You start your business from ground up. So he's over here working on making a business.
Right.
And she financing, investing into it, but he's over here working. I can understand that he ain't got to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't no business.
You know what? There's a lot of men who have gotten comfortable doing that.
Why?
I don't know. With me, I'm not comfortable doing that. But again, that's just me, and I don't want to. I don't know. I would have to talk. I would have to like sit down and hear from that woman.
I have to hear from both of them. Cause I want to know what's his reason behind it, and then want to know why she feels she got to do it.
Cause I can hear in my head some people like, well, she's allowed it.
And that'd be a lame excuse.
But again, I can sit at home and not do nothing.
So can I.
But I would get so bored and so irritated because I know there's more for me to do.
Yeah, it get to a point where he's like, I gotta get out the house.
Yeah, I gotta go do.
So him saying that's him going to the gym and spend hours at the gym and then come back.
That's weird. I don't know.
And got kids. Now he got kids.
But you said there was no kids involved. Well, he has kids.
He has kids, so they see him every so often.
But then he's
showing his son what to do. If his son looking at him as a man, well, this is what my dad does. And then he's showing his daughter what a woman's supposed to do to a man. So now we got not just him doing it. Now he's creating this generation of two people to do the same thing.
So he's setting the example.
Yeah. Even though they smart enough, they don't see it. I mean, they see it, but they're not going to do it.
Right.
But I'm just saying that's what he's doing. He could, if he was that much of an influence on them, he can mess up their whole life. The girl's gonna go around trying to pay for everything for the man, and then she's gonna find one that's gonna say yes. And the boy gonna find a woman that's gonna want to take care of him.
I don't know. It's just at the end of the day, it boggles my mind because again, it's just something I wouldn't do. But again, instead of jumping to conclusions, I would want to sit down and talk to, or just hear from her side as to what was the reason behind it.
That'd be one hell of a question.
That's what I would want.
I don't know if we ever get to that answer on that one.
But I wouldn't even talk to him. I would talk to her.
I would want to talk to him. Because, see, I can see a narcissist manipulator in this whole situation. Because...
Well, no, if you said he was working, and then he found a woman that he could just live off of, and she let him do it, so he does it. If he feel like he ain't got to do nothing, like she goes to work, comes home, cooks, clean, does all that, and he does nothing. Like nothing. Nothing.
Zero. Nada. Zero.
I mean, I don't know, man. I would just have to talk to her to get the clarification as to why she made that decision. What brought that decision about? Like I would literally just have to ask that question. And again, it wouldn't be no judgment on my end.
Oh no, we're not judging.
It would just be like I'm very, in the words of
Curious.
Tim. What's what? No, in the words of Lasso, one of my favorite shows.
Oh, you talking about Ted Lasso?
Yeah.
Be curious, then judgmental.
Yeah,
I know exactly what you're saying.
I'd be very curious.
Yeah, I love that episode, that little clip where he said.
But I've seen the episode now. I can't find the episode.
It's on Apple.
I know. I'm saying like I watch the show all the time. I just can't find. I'd go back to season 2 and watch season 2 through. And I can't find. I'd go to season 3 and can't find. You know what I'm saying?
That one dark episode.
That one. It's like
one little clip.
Man, it was so powerful. I was like, dang, man, whoever wrote this, the writers, are just.
They would. That I have never seen that show, and because I don't have Apple TV. Actually, I might have a Streamline, but I ain't going that far.
Apple, that show's dope.
That's an Apple product.
It's dope.
Android for life.
Whatever.
You know.
But,
So anyway,
but
we digress.
Yeah. But, again, like I'd be just very curious. Like I would be very, very curious as to, you know, what made her come to that conclusion.
That would be a good question. I still want to talk to him and say why he want to put this woman in that position.
But again, it's not him putting her in that position.
Yeah, to be. I'm saying
It's her making.
Why is he allowing her to do that without even helping out?
The help. Okay, the helping out part, coming
right
home and helping her out at least. Yeah, I could understand that. But she's allowed it to happen to where comfortability for me looks like it stepped in. Now he's gotten comfortable with his way of life.
This is why we have this show, because you try to be your youth minister.
No, like
now.
this.
I'm just straight saying. I just like you said. I can't do it. I don't see the benefit in doing it, even if I'm not working. I will feel guilty of just sitting around and you went out there for 8 hours. Now you coming back home, and then if you want to cook, you cook, or we just go out to get something to eat. That don't make that, and I'm just sitting there, and all I do is flip channels or come back from the gym. That makes no sense. Now, regardless of what my body looks like, it still makes no sense to me.
I'm about to say, is he at least in shape? Like,
he's in shape.
He
don't look like us.
Is he? Do you know this person?
I never met him.
So this is a friend of a friend.
My friend told me a story
about another person.
Another person.
That
person knows each other.
That person knows him.
Yes.
I don't know. Like I would have to. I would just have to sit down and be very curious as to. I don't know. Like why did you make that decision? But then I would ask him.
Dude, now you want to talk to him now? See?
No, like I would talk to him. Like I would not. Like I wasn't gonna never talk to him.
Okay.
I would talk to her first.
Okay.
Because she's the one that consciously made that decision.
They said, I got you.
Here's the open door. I got you. Do what you want.
Exactly.
And then I would go to him and be like, why are you comfortable at least not even cleaning up around the house?
So that would be a good episode. We could have that happen.
If we could ever find these people, these mysterious
people. I would
people.
doubt that. I'm put out there. I would love to have a conversation with them on this TV screen. But I don't know if they come. But I will ask. I doubt it. Totally doubt it. I ain't even gonna tell you right now, it's not gonna happen. But it'd be a great show, though.
It would be a great show.
The audience would be like, ooh, that would be something to listen to hear that type of conversation. Coming from the people that actually do it. Because that just makes it just, woo.
I don't know, man. I'd be very.
I'd be intrigued.
Yeah, like
I'd be intrigued. I'd be at lost of words.
I wouldn't even judge anybody.
No.
I would more or less just be very curious, like literally, legit.
Yeah.
Curious
of how you can function that way.
Oh, yeah, but even going further than before that, where did that decision come from?
And why? Like did he lose a job and then you say, I got you, don't worry about it? Or did he just quit and just say, I don't even want to work?
I don't know, man. Like
that's the thing that having them here would be perfect, but we just that's just where we at right now.
Yeah, it's mind blowing to be honest with you.
Yeah. Now, let's say we're gonna move to a little bit more of a topic different than that. Okay. And let's say now we're gonna move off of that couple, but just in general.
Okay.
Do you think it's wrong for a man to be sensitive than a woman sometimes in their relationship?
No.
But some women have a problem with men being sensitive in their relationship.
Why?
I don't know. I'm a man. I don't know what the hell it meant.
I don't see man, God help me on this, please, Jesus. Help me with my words. I don't see nothing wrong because I have a sensitive part of me, right?
Right.
I don't see nothing wrong in a man being sensitive, and they'll be like, well, what if he's more sensitive than a woman?
I don't think that a man being sensitive than a woman. It's just that it's the situation where if he has a sensitive trait, because what I don't think women understand is that for a man to be able to deal with a woman, and I don't mean deal with it in a negative way. I mean like just to be able to connect with the woman.
Right.
He has to have some type of sensitivity. Because if he's going hard all day and he come home being hard, you ain't gonna have nobody that's gonna listen to you while you want to talk about something that makes no sense to him. Mm-hmm. You want to do things, or you got things that's on your mind. That part right there is sensitive. So that means that man has to take himself out of being who he is on the outside when he's outside the home, come in and be like, okay, my baby want to talk. So now I'm gonna sit here and listen to her. That sensitivity right there, that's a small example of what I'm talking about. But at the same time, if he is sensitive to where he might come home and he be like, I'm working hard, busting my butt, I've been fighting all these people out here, and now I gotta come in home and I gotta fight with you because you don't want me to show you my sister's side. Well, then now I'm gonna just be, my guard's gonna be up with you.
What level of sensitivity are they used to?
That might be the question for women, because
some people, whether men or women, aren't really used to a level of sensitivity that somebody may bring. Like with me, I have a sensitive side to me. You know what I mean? Like I may have this whole demeanor of like looking tough or whatever, but some people say that. But at the end of the day, like I do have a sensitive side.
Right.
But it's what level of sensitivity are you used to? And why is it that, so when they say, hey, you're more sensitive than a woman, like you're more sensitive than me, what does that account to? Like,
so let's break that little line down. More sensitive than a woman. So is that
like
so is women women the benchmark of how sensitive you can be?
I don't know.
Because I mean, like, we got more sensitive than a woman. No, you're a sensitive person. Now, one day the woman could be sensitive, one day the man could be sensitive. One day I might be sensitive about something that she might not care about.
True.
So, is it at that point I'm more sensitive to the woman? Because right now we rating this as women are always sensitive, and now we went beyond that.
Right.
That's not how it is. It's just that there's a moment in life where men can be sensitive to their own needs as well as to a woman's needs. Just like a woman can be sensitive to a man's needs and her own needs. So the fact that I think that most people are bothered by a man being sensitive is not when the man is being sensitive to the woman. It's when the man is trying to be sensitive to his own needs and the woman is not being sensitive to the man. So it's not about man being more sensitive. It's the lack of the woman being sensitive to the man. That's where some people have a problem. Mm-hmm. Because if a man is starting to try to be sensitive and she rejects it, he's not going to be sensitive with her. He's going to find somebody else to be sensitive with and come home to her. And that's what normally happens. Mm-hmm. But if the man is not sensitive to the woman, then that's where she's going to complain that you're not listening, you're not there for me, you're not being there with me. That's different. So if he's there with her, she's not going to have a problem. But when she needs to be there for him, in his part, when he's sensitive, no matter what that sensitivity is about, I think that's the issue that comes up. Where people talk about, is a man more sensitive than a woman? The way they state it. Did that make sense at all, what I just said?
Yeah, I mean, in a way. It gave me an idea.
Oh, damn.
But, you know what? I'll put it like this. And Lord help me with these words.
Oh, I thought you had an idea.
No, it gave me an idea. Let me clarify. It gave me an idea of what I wanted to say. And it brought me back to the video that you showed me. And Lord, God help me with this. Lord, help me with this. Are you prepared to handle my level of sensitivity?
That's the question.
Are you prepared, or
because you might not be,
or is your just is your, or are you used to dealing with men that don't show compassion or love or sensitivity?
That could be. Like they might not be able to handle your sensitivity, and that's something that people need to start communicating about in the beginning. Right. Not wait until I'm in it and I already invested in this relationship, and now all of a sudden I find out that you really didn't care about what I care about. And it's not that you have to love what I love. No, you care about it. That means you know you're going to sacrifice some of your time to spend time with me on things I care about, just like I'm going to sacrifice my time to spend time with things you care about.
Mm-hmm.
So are you prepared on that level to handle my sensitivity? Is a conversation. Okay, what are you sensitive about? What things do you care about? What bothers you? What turns you off? Tell me about it. Talk to me about it. Those things are not mentioned in the beginning because we're dealing with the representative. You know what I'm saying? We're dealing with that person that's trying to sell me that I'm a great person.
But here's the thing, though. Like, I guess well, again, I'm married. I've been married for going on 6 years next year. I know, right? I don't. Even if I was to go on a date, I'm not going to send a representation of me.
You can't.
I'm going to just send me because I'm too far in my life to try to hide behind anything. I'm going to send who I am in front of you.
Right.
And I'm going to sit in front of you and I'm going to talk to you. Right? We're going to have great conversations. I'm not going to sit up there and say, well, you know, I'm not going to do all that. But I'm going to sit there. I'm going to be very transparent with you as we talk. Right? And so we can, and that's the problem with a lot of people, not even like to digress off of this conversation, but that's the problem with a lot of people is you send this alter ego. And then thank you, Father. And then when you sit down and you start to get to know the person and you're building with this individual, they're getting to know this alter ego. And then when the real you, thank you, Father, when the real you comes out, they don't know who you are. They're unfamiliar with that.
Exactly.
Because the fact that you sent this alter ego, instead of you sending you, instead of you going as yourself,
right.
You wanted to hide behind this facade of
because I want to make you like me first.
Yeah, like I want to put up this front, so I'm gonna show that I don't have a sensitive nature. I want to show that I'm gonna show this, I'm gonna show that. But when that real you starts to come out, she's going to be very unfamiliar with that person. She's not going to know you. And there's a lot of married people that have been married for so many years that are still living off of the false reality of the individual that they showed when they were still dating because they had to learn to live in that facade.
See, and that's where you always hear that statement. Let's go back to where we used to be.
Right.
Well, we used to be. I already fired my agent now. I can't bring my agent back. So now you got to deal with the real person.
Right.
You know, you didn't used to treat me like that. No, because that was the agent treating you. That wasn't me.
Yeah.
You know, so I always say I had this rule, 7 years. 7-year itch. Mm-hmm. No one can hold a facade up for 7 years.
Nobody.
You got 7 months. After you get past 7 months, then you got 7 years.
Right.
And then if you get past 7 years, you're dealing with the person you're dealing with. That person normally can't change after that.
Yeah.
They got to be a hell of an artist to pass 7 years of faking the phone. Because 7 months is the average person.
Right.
Them good ones go 7 years. Then you find out.
Man,
you got 1 more year.
Yeah, I'm
joking.
Look,
I like that.
I'm gonna tell you this, man. Like again, I'm me at the end of the day, and I can't expect anybody. And I heard this statement from somebody. I can't expect anybody to be me. I can only be me.
Right.
But I can't expect you to be who I am.
No.
And somebody said this statement. I thought it was so fire. Lord, help me with these words. How'd it go? You've put so much expectations on a person that never showed you that they could be that person.
I got one to top that. I like that quote, but I got one.
What?
Your expectations of someone is your reflection of what you would do if you were that person.
Yeah, it's a mirror effect.
Yes. I like mine better.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. But at the end of the day, I can't expect you to be somebody that
right.
I made up in my head because you never showed me that you were that person.
A lot of people do that though.
But then I'm still expecting you to be it. Even being married, I still expect my wife to do some things that I would do.
That's your reflection.
And I'm just like, dang, it's not that hard. But then turn around, she could be saying the same thing about me. It's like, it's not that hard. Well, I'm not you. And now it's like, you're not me.
And then that goes back to accepting we're going to bring that full circle
mm-hmm.
to the sensitivity part.
Because
if to her, when you being sensitive,
mm-hmm.
she could be like, it's simple. Why are you going through this?
Right.
But then you would tell her, I'm not you. Vice versa. If she's going through something, you're like, duh, just do this. You're like, but I'm not you. So therefore, that's that part. that I don't ever think anybody is more sensitive than anybody. I just think that at a time, I just need more. I need more care and handling in my time of need. You know, so can a woman handle that? I think you made a good point. Are you capable of handling my level of sensitivity? I think that's the key right there. If they're not, then that's okay. It's okay if you're not. Because I go find somebody who is.
Or here's the thing. What happens is you put on a front and act like you can handle it.
When in reality,
but then it comes around
more than you want it to.
But not. It comes around and you're like, and then you start faking the funk to the point now where it was too much for you.
Yeah.
And then what happens is, in order for me and you to stay together, because you fake the funk, now I gotta put up a wall of protection, only to protect me from your fakeness. And for us to stay together, I gotta put up this wall in order to protect me you
gotta minimize your sensitivity so that the person who is faking it don't have to fake it as much.
Or I gotta protect me because I know you're faking. I gotta protect my level.
Do we really know that they're faking?
But if you're putting the facade.
But we don't know it's a facade until.
No, but I understand. But you're saying like you fake the funk, right, for 7 months or 7 years,
right? You
fake it, right?
So let's just say after 7 months, when you go through your cycle that you went through prior to that, the first 6 months she was able to deal with
she was able to accommodate.
Now, as you go through it again after like 10 months, 11, whatever it is, now you start to see she's asking other questions, almost like, why are you going through this? I thought we already went through this. Or why are you still here? What's going on? Then you start seeing that person is not able to handle your level of sensitivity.
Right.
So therefore, I wouldn't say that we know that they're fake. We just know that, well, you was able to handle the first one, but that was all you could do.
Right. And now, because your ability to handle sensitivity, it caps somewhere.
Right.
Right. Because you didn't realize how much it took
to deal with my sensitivity. Right.
But then it's like now it's you both put up this barricade. Now it's two walls. Now we're both living behind these two walls. So when I get to the point, the sensitive point where you can't handle, here's your wall, and then here's mine to protect each other, right? But then when we're not in that, okay, now we're in front of each other.
Right.
But again, why does it have to be like that?
Because to me, it's the lack of communicating with each other. I've always told you, communication can make or break a relationship.
True. But also realizing that, because people go to God and be like, God, I didn't ask for this and this and that and other. And it's the fact that you don't allow yourself to handle it. You don't allow yourself to deal with it. You don't allow yourself. So some people will cap their sensitivity or that whatever they can handle, they'll cap it off. And God is like, listen, I've given you more. I've given you, like, you can handle more. But because you don't want to, you've capped it off. And then you run because you don't want to handle. But here's the thing. In you running, isn't that a level of sensitivity? You become too sensitive to handle this, but you want this person. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
I feel what you're saying.
Like you can't handle what this person is giving, so you run.
Right.
But then you run right into the same situation, but even worse. Now you're running into the arms of another man who's more sensitive or less sensitive. Now you have to handle a man who has no sensitivity. Now you left a man that...
we see that. We see that a lot where the guy who they was with, they act like they couldn't handle that.
Right.
Then they find that there's another dude out there that's worse. Not only worse in the fact that they're more sensitive, it's just the fact that they are not sensitive at all.
Right.
And then those sensitive things, like let's take it away from your sensitivity being like a issue where you're going through something.
Right.
Let's take the sensitivity because that same person who's sensitive on that side is going to be sensitive to her needs, which means when she's talking about, she called and said she had a bad day and she's on her way home, his sensitivity made a bubble bath and made dinner and cleaned the house because he knew that she was going through something, so he wanted to make her life easy when she came home. Then his sensitivity on that same level is, oh, don't worry about it, I took care of this, whatever it may be to help her out. Now, she might not handle the other side of his sensitivity because that means she has to put effort into it. Or vice versa. I'm using her because I'm a man, I'm saying her, but vice versa, it could be the other way around. But now, the positive side of his sensitivity, when they're benefiting from the sensitivity, then it's okay. Because now, oh, you are in touch with me. Now, say she leaves that because that one side, that negative side that she couldn't handle, like you too sensitive for me, she goes over here to a non-sensitive person. But you know what she gonna remember? She ain't gonna remember the negative side of that guy. She gonna remember all the things he did when she didn't have to ask for it. And then she gonna be like, you don't do this for me. You don't care about this. And then she's gonna remember, well, this guy was doing all this. Well, because you have to deal with not just the positive side of his sensitivity, you also got to deal with the negative side of his sensitivity. Because everybody loves to get benefited from it, but they don't want to have to deal with it. And see, like, my mind jumped to Ephesians 5. And I don't know why it keeps popping to my head. Where, but I think it's popping to my head, but I don't think it's the topic for this subject. It was for the last subject, where the man was not working.
Oh, wait.
Because Ephesians 5 says the man is supposed to be the head of the household. Just like Jesus was the head of the church. And if you read that more, you know, they say the woman's supposed to be submissive to the man as the church was submissive to Jesus. But they don't talk about that goes further down in that chapter. But the man is supposed to love the woman.
Like Christ loved the church.
Like Christ loved the church. But if you think about it, it also, the next line says, he has to love her as much as he loves himself. Because if I love myself enough, I would not treat you wrong.
But here's the crazy thing.
That goes back to him not working.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It says, love your wife like Christ loved the church.
Right.
Church is not talking about the building. It's talking about the body of Christ.
The body, everybody.
Who is the hardest people to love? The individuals who know you exist but don't want to live for you. That don't want to follow you. That want to work against you. So as men, no matter what I have to love you like Christ loved the church. No matter the good, the bad, the ugly.
Right.
I gotta love you. That's my I gotta love you like. So it may be hard and it may be frustrating. Lord, I just don't want to quote this wrong. But we have to learn how to love our wives. Whether they love us or not.
Well, in the Bible, it says, love your wife as you love yourself. That's what it says in Ephesians chapter 5. So therefore, like you saying, we are going to love them the good, bad, and ugly. But if I love myself, and the way I love myself, and I treat the way I treat myself, because it's rare that I'm going to harm myself. It's rare I'm going to talk bad to myself. It's rare I'm going to put down myself. So if I'm not going to do that to myself, why am I doing it to my wife? But if I love myself, I should love her just the same way as I love myself.
You know what? This is like based off of what I told you off camera.
Yep.
I'm like,
now you know why. This is why.
But
I brought this in. Now you hear me now.
But the funny thing is, man, like the Lord would share this with me, and I'd be like, this is so hard. But it's like I seen this clip. And it was like, this dude was like, how can I love somebody who doesn't love me? And his dad walks up to a cross, looks at it, just leans against it. And that, in that moment, it was like,
well, because
okay,
you have to understand that it made the golden rule: do unto others as you would do unto self. Right? Treat us how you want to be treated. Well, think about it. Love your wife as much as you love yourself. So if I want my wife to love me, I would love her just like I would love myself. So if I show her love, being the head of the household, being the head of the kingdom, she's gonna follow in suit if she loves me just as much as she loves herself, and she's submissive to me. Now, the thing about that whole submissive word, a lot of people read it as, oh, I'm supposed to obey and listen and all that. No. But if you really think about it, if you are a true leader of the household, women will follow because they will believe in you. So people who followed Jesus, they believed in him because he was a true leader. So if you have any disagreements on decision making, or there's problems, you might need to step back and look at yourself. Am I leading this flock the right way, or I'm leading it to benefit me? And then if it's only about me, then people are going to see it. So that's why you might get what's the word I'm looking for? Disagreements in your decision making, and someone wants to probably say, let me handle this, because they're not accepting you as the leader.
Hey, what's going down, everybody? It's your boy Darnell, and I want to thank you so much for coming on here and watching the interview. If you can, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Arizona Informant TV, where you will get all the latest content, all the updated information, and all the latest news. So again, please subscribe to the channel, and we will see you soon.